Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Alicia Menendez. We're joined today by retired Army Brigadier General Creighton W. Abrams, Jr. He is the Executive Director of the Army Historical Foundation. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about the work that the foundation does.
We're a 501c3 nonprofit located in Arlington, Virginia, and our mission is the preservation of the history of the United States Army, the heritage of the American soldier. And to that end, we do staff rides to local Civil War battlefields, but we've also done the War of 1812 and the American Revolution, Yorktown. We do answer historical inquiries about Army history. We publish an award-winning journal of Army history called On Point. I think you've got a copy right there.
I do. Let's take a look at that. And now, who does this go to?
This goes to our members and to some of our museum donors.
Now, I am told that the Army is the only branch of the armed services that does not have its own museum. Is that true?
Right. And in addition to other things, we took on the mission of raising funds to build that museum. The Army, it turns out, loves museums. And we've got over 40 of them scattered around the United States and even overseas. But they're small, select kind of museums. Every active division and most of the National Guard divisions have their own museums. I was at one not quite a week ago when my brother did his change of command and took command of the 3rd Infantry Division at Fort Stewart, Georgia. And the promotion ceremony was in the museum because they relate to Army history. And they tell soldiers who were in that division or being trained to be an artilleryman at the artillery school and so on, more about their past. And but there's no national landmark for the Army. When you come to Washington, you can see the Capitol, which the Army helped build, and the Washington Monument and other things, but there's no monument to the Army. And so we're going to redress that by building the National Museum of the United States Army.
And so where do you see that being built?
That will be built at Fort Belvoir, Virginia. The location is about 2 miles off of the I-95, the most traveled highway in America, about 17 miles from the National Mall.
Fantastic. Now tell me how you're going to fund this.
It's a public-private venture between the foundation and the Army. And we've split the cost about 50-50. Our job is primarily to raise funds to build the museum itself and the exterior elements.
And now I believe you were selling some beautiful coins.
That's right. One of the key facets of the campaign, an idea we got from the Marines who built a great museum down at Quantico, is we went to the Congress and the U.S. Mint is minting gold, silver, and copper-clad coins this year. If we sell them all, we reap $12 million for the museum.
Very quickly, tell me about your favorite feature of the museum.
We're going to do every war that the Army's been, and there's 11 of them, some a little more broadly than others. That's a great attraction. We do the soldier stories of individual soldiers, and that gallery actually starts outside the museum and marches in the front door with the visitors. But we have a unique gallery called the Army and Society about all the things the Army has done for the nation and with the nation in peacetime.
I will have to cut you off there. We have run out of time, but I hope you get to come back and then we can continue talking about it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about what's going on in your community, you can go to Comcast On Demand and click Get Local. For Comcast Newsmakers, I'm Alicia Menendez.